In a world where the route's always scenic and the road's always open, automaker BMW was worried it could be losing a race against time. That's catching up with the 18,000 workers who build the brand's luxury cars in Dingolfing, Germany. Helmut Maurermann was crunching the numbers.
We found out our workers are getting older and older every day.
No surprise.
No surprise. It's a part of the demographic development of the German country as a whole, or even Europe as a whole.
Demographers call it the silver tsunami, a rising tide of gray hair. Americans over 65 will make up more than 16% of the population within 10 years. Germany's aging even faster. More than a fifth of the country will be over 65 by the year 2020. Older workers have more patience and skill that comes from experience, the studies say, but less flexibility, strength, and vision. Real liabilities on a production line that depends on precision engineering and a lot of hard work to turn out more than 1,200 cars a day. You could force them to retire, you could fire them, you could find easier jobs for them.
Yeah, that might be the simple way to solve the problem, but we have a social contract within Germany or as a BMW group where we say that's not the solution we will look for, especially since we don't have enough younger people actually to replace, so it wouldn't even work if we wanted to.
In what the Harvard Business Review called an experiment defusing its demographic time bomb, BMW decided to look ahead. Management tinkered with one assembly line in one division of this huge auto plant and made it older overnight. They staffed it so the average age of workers would be 47, exactly what it's projected to be 7 years from now. And then they asked them how to make it better. That's the new magnifying glass.
That's the new magnifier. It's very simple because older people can't read anymore as good as young people, for example, or they have some problems with that. I thought, okay, you come into an...
Kai Biedermann oversees the production line that makes rear axle gearboxes.
It's simple. It's also simple, but you have to ask them.
When workers said their feet hurt, the company made them special shoes and put in wooden floors. Some got a place to sit, a hairdresser's chair modified for the assembly line. 56-year-old Rudolf Mohr has been working here for 35 years. He finally got a chance to stretch right on the factory floor. Is that good for work? Definitely, he says, and when I go home, I have more energy. Some tools were improved and new computer screens were introduced with bigger type. In all, the company says it made 70 small changes in the workplace to cut the chance of errors and reduce physical strain. Including lost time, BMW says the project only cost about $50,000.
All these changes are extremely obvious, but you won't come to these ideas sitting somewhere in an office and then thinking, how can I change the working place of a worker who is half a mile away?
Some other things changed here. Productivity went up 7%. Absenteeism fell below the plant's average. And this assembly line's defect rate dropped to 0.
All the response I've been receiving is, wow, it's so simple, but it seems to work.
Not all of auto manufacturing can be re-engineered for an older workforce, but BMW says enough can that it's testing and refining the experiment in other plants, including in the U.S. Except managers no longer call it a project to aid the elderly. It's simply BMW's fresh new plan to improve productivity.